Hey guys, what's up? It's Bella and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video for you guys all about my freshman year of college. I have been out for about 2.5, 3 weeks now. I've been home and I've had some time to reflect and think about what a crazy year it was and how I can't believe I'm a sophomore, which is terrifying but exciting. And so I'm going to do two different videos. I'm going to do one talking to you all about my freshman year, my experiences, classes I took, my majors and minors, and stuff I changed, organizations I joined, living with a roommate, joining a sorority, all those types of things, pros and cons of all of them. And then I'm going to make another video all about my plans for next year. So stay tuned for that, and let's get into the video. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is my actual academics. So if you don't know, I go to Lindenwood University, in St. Charles, Missouri, and I absolutely love it. So when I went in, my major hasn't changed at all. I've just made some adjustments. So when I started my freshman year, I was an advertising and strategic communications major. It's in the School of Arts, Media, and Communications. And then my minor at the time was graphic design. Since then, I've kind of changed things around. Mid-year, I thought I was going to be a fashion design minor and a graphic design certificate program. And then I removed the graphic design part because I had taken 2 classes at that point, and I just felt like it was a lot of things I could learn on my own, and I already had been learning on my own, and the classes just weren't very beneficial to me, and I wanted to be learning something new. So I decided to scratch that, change the fashion design to a fashion business and entrepreneurship minor, because I felt like it went more along the path of like what I wanted my career projectile to be. And then I added another minor in social media and digital content strategy, as well as a certificate in professional communications. For both of those, I only have to take 1 extra class. And then I added a major, and I'm double majoring in advertising and media management. So lots of crazy stuff going on, lots of classes to take. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to tell you guys all the classes I took this year. So I do have to take general education courses, but I'm trying to kind of pick ones that, one, aren't like terrible, and 2, might pertain to what I'm doing because I am a communications major. There's a lot that like can go in with what I do. So first semester this past year, I had class every day of the week. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays I had a class called Survey of Professional Media, which is a major course. It was kind of like a pop culture class, and that was at 9 a.m., so not bad. I didn't have any 8 a.m.s my first semester, which I will get to later. And then after that class I had at 11, I'm pretty sure. I'm surprised I'm remembering all of this. I have Fundamentals of Oral Communication, which is part of my major requirement as well as a gen ed, so I was able to double dip those. It's basically public speaking, and I really enjoyed that class because I do like public speaking, so I didn't feel like it was like super challenging, but I loved my professor and I just had a really good time in the class. And then on Wednesdays only, I had my freshman seminar class, and it was actually called Linden Web, so it was kind of in the web design aspect of things, and so that was fun. And then also Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 o'clock I had Principles of Psychology, which is also a major requirement and a gen ed, so I was able to double dip those two. And then Tuesday, Thursday I had a 3.5 hours from like 9:30 to 12:30 or something like that. It was called Intro to Graphic Design. So we did all sorts of intro things in Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. So that was nice. It was a lot of skills I already knew from high school, but I was able to brush up on a lot of things and add things to my portfolio. So I did really enjoy that class, but it was super long, and that's how like all art classes are. So in like most colleges, it's always like that. So I had those, and then I had one online class, and it was History of Western Art to 1900. So this was all things before the year 1900. Or no, it wasn't to 1900, it was, no, yes it was. Was it to 1300? I don't know. Alls I know, I think it was to 1300. Anyway, so basically what I'm saying, it was like a really difficult course. It was online, and I don't think it was hard because it was online, because I'm in a lot of online classes now. It was just hard because of the content, and honestly art history is not my thing. I do love art and I appreciate it so much. That's like one of my favorite things, but the class itself was just really painful for me because, yeah, it was history of art, Western art to 1300, so it was really, really old stuff and just things that were hard to grasp. I'd never taken a class like that before, but it really challenged me. It was my only B though, so that was really upsetting. So those were all the classes I took first semester. a freshman year. Okay, so then at semester I made all of those changes to my schedule for what classes I was going to need to take to start doing all these other programs like fashion business and media management. So this past semester, I had 2 online classes. One was design with Photoshop, which I very much so enjoyed. It was very at your own pace, and I got to do a lot of cool projects with it. And that was a major course. And then my other one was history of costume from 1900. And that class was really cool too. It was very repetitive. We did a lot of the same things, but I really enjoyed it. And that class was for my fashion business and entrepreneurship minor, which I'm pretty sure it could also be in gen ed, but I already had the gen ed for that, which was my art history class from the semester before. So I had those 2 classes online, really enjoyed the setup of the online courses. And then in person, I did not have class on Fridays this semester, which was super nice. Yeah, that was super nice to not have classes on Fridays because I was able to work and like do other things, and I really enjoyed that. But basically my classes were split Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday, Thursday because my communication school started changing a lot of the classes to twice a week for an hour and 15 minutes instead of 3 times a week for 50 minutes. You just get a lot more done. And so Monday and Wednesday, I had a 9:30 a.m. class, and it was a video production. Really enjoyed that class, made a lot of cool projects. After that class, like directly after that class ended at 10:45. Yeah. And so my next class was at 11. It was basic reporting, and those were both classes for both of my majors, media management and advertising. Basic reporting was basically like an intro to journalism class, which for me was really easy the entire year because I already did that in high school. So it was kind of nice to be refreshed on everything again, but it was just a prerequisite for me to take more of the public relations classes for my major. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, I had an 8 a.m. radio production class, which I will never take an 8 a.m. again. I don't know what happens when you get to college, but like, it's just not, you just can't. Like, I would like to say that I'm like a super morning person, but I'm just not, frankly. And when you're spending every night not getting back to your room till super late because there's just so much going on and so much homework to do that, and like working and everything, that 8 a.m.s are just not my jam. Like the difference between an 8 a.m. class and a 9 a.m. class is just like light years apart. So I think part of the reason I didn't enjoy my radio production class was because it was so early, but the rest of it was really fun. We got to do like in-person radio hours, which at first I wasn't a huge fan of, but it kind of grew on me as I was like more familiar with it. And then we made a podcast for our final project, which was really cool. So that was another one of my major courses as well. And then right after that class, from 9:30 to 12:30, twice a week, I had my fundamentals of sewing for fashion design course, which my minor, so they changed the curriculum this year for my minor, for my fashion business and entrepreneurship minor, and it is that class used to be required whenever it was like going into second semester, and then during the semester they changed it. So I technically didn't have to take that class, but I was already in it, and I did enjoy it. I got to make a full garment, which was really cool, and I have a whole binder full of like sewing techniques, so I really did like that. But I technically didn't need it for my minor, so it's just kind of like counts as one of my electives now, which is not a huge deal, but yeah, that was that. And then I had those 2 online classes. So I was in 18 credits last semester, which I did not feel like was too much at all. I really enjoyed that many classes. So lastly, I just want to talk to you guys about just kind of like student involvement and like why my freshman year was as good as it was. So I started out the year really wanting to be involved because in high school I just wasn't. Because I just had so many other extenuating circumstances, and I really wanted to make the most out of college. I was paying for it, and I'm taking the time to do it, so I want to enjoy it. And so I really just really dove right in. I started out freshman year, I started working in the residential life office, so if you can get a job on your school's campus, I highly recommend it because for me it was a great experience, and I'm working there again next year. So besides res life, when I first came to school, our fraternity and sorority life does not do Panhellenic recruitment which is sorority recruitment, until the second week of school, which is the week following Labor Day weekend. And so I kind of had some time to think about whether or not I wanted to rush a sorority and do recruitment and be a part of that aspect of student involvement. Basically, when I got to campus, so many of the people that I met during student orientation and in my classes and all that sort of thing were already in Greek life, and one of my coworkers was already in Greek life, and there were just so many positive influences that I had that were involved in fraternity and sorority life that I just was like, okay, I really just need to give this a shot, because so far I haven't met anyone I don't like, you know? And it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So I decided to sign up for recruitment, and if you don't know, I'm a Delta Zeta. I have a whole video up on my channel that I'll put in like a card of my week of my life of sorority recruitment, my bid day and everything. I have like big little videos, all that stuff. And honestly, I talk about Delta Zeta in like every single one of my videos. It has absolutely made my freshman year like amazing. Like that was a big part of it, was my sorority. Pretty much all of my best friends are my sorority sisters. So if you have the opportunity financially, time-wise, to be in a sorority, I highly recommend it, because I can't imagine what I would have done for most of freshman year if I wasn't in Delta Zeta. So, and just like overall, the Pan-Hellenic community is like insane. Like we are all so close. So outside of my job and being in a sorority, I really wanted to dive into other parts of my university. So I'm just gonna like let you guys know just kind of what I was involved with this year, and I'm gonna make another video again like about my stuff that I'm doing next year, and I'll go more in depth when I do that video. But basically this year I was in freshman council, and I had the chance to be the marketing director. So we all had committees, and I was in charge of the marketing committee, and we did all things related to marketing for the council. Basically freshman council was like a little mini student government just for freshmen. So we did a lot of fun events and worked with student government very closely, and it was just a really good experience as a freshman being surrounded by other freshmen. So I also decided to join Lindenwood Student Government this year, and I'm the Vice President of Public Relations, which is a blast. I love being on the exec board. Seriously, so much fun. I also am in COASA, which is Campus Organization Against Sexual Assault, which is something I'm super passionate about and a topic that I really care about, and so that organization is such a great outlet for a lot of kids on my campus. So I absolutely love that, and I actually joined that because the president at the time was a sorority sister. So yeah, I absolutely love that part. And then I also am in DECA, which you've seen of my DECA Week of My Life vlog. You know that I just went to Disney World in Orlando, Florida for internationals. I did DECA in high school. That was like the one thing that I did besides theater, and absolutely loved it. I went with 3 of my closest sorority sisters, one of which we did a project together, and we did an advertising campaign. It was so much fun. I love DECA. If you have DECA at your college, you should definitely do it. It's super fun. So I did that, and then I was also in ADS PRC, which is Advertisers Desiring Success in Public Relations Club, and that's like a club for my major. You get inducted into like a advertising honor society. You can be in all sorts of things like the Ad Club, the AAF, PRSSA, just all sorts of societies that help you better yourself as an advertiser / public relations person. So I absolutely love that club as well. We do a lot of fun meetings, and we go to a lot of events in St. Louis because we're about 30 minutes away from the city, with advertising agencies, tours, all of that sort of stuff. So it's a great opportunity. So all in all, like, I know not everyone's freshman year might not be glamorous, and you know, there were definitely times this year that I did want to go home and I was just like really done. But overall, it was honestly one of the best years of my life, and I would not change a single thing of this past year. I made so many amazing friends, amazing roommates, amazing sisters, and I've had so many great opportunities academics-wise, student involvement-wise, career-wise, and I'm super, super thankful, and I cannot wait to be back in the fall. So if you guys have any questions about my university in specific, if you're thinking about coming here, just about college life in general, shoot me a DM or comment down below. I would love to do a Q&A video just about like college life in general, but I just want to cover some quick bases about my freshman year, and like my experiences and all of the fun I had. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.